Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. I am Adni Puspita Asror. In this video, we are going on a grammar error hunt. I will dissect and correct 10 English sentences that contain grammatical errors. All of these sentences relate to advanced English grammar materials, which includes conditionals, past modal subjunctives, nominalization, and inverted sentence. Let's jump right into the analysis. Sentence number 1, use would have followed in the if clause. This is an error in a conditional type 3, which describes an unreal situation in the past. The grammatical rules is if plus past perfect, subject plus would have plus past participle. Therefore, the form would have must not appear inside the if clause. The correct sentence is, if the crew had followed the compass, they would have found the treasure. Moving on to the second sentence, the error lies in the word find. This sentence uses a past modal in the passive voice. The passive formula for past modal is modal plus have been, verb plus verb 3 or past participle. Since the verb 3 or past participle of find is found, the correct sentence becomes, the treasure should have been found by the crew long ago. The third sentence has an error in the use of phrase should not ignore after the verb suggested. The word suggest triggers the use of the present subjunctive, where the verb in the that clause must use the base form without the addition of the modal should. The appropriate sentence is, the captain suggested that the crew not ignores the ancient warnings. In the fourth sentence, the error is the lack of inversion. When a sentence begins with a negative phrase like not only, we must invert the position of the subject and the auxiliary verb. Because ignored is in the past tense, we use did. The correct sentence is, not only did the crew ignore the compass, but they also sailed into danger. The fifth sentence contains an error with the possessive adjective cruise and their being followed by the verbs ignore and lose. In the concept of nominalization, we must change those verbs into nouns. Ignore becomes ignorance, and lose becomes loss. The correct sentence, the crew's ignorance of the compass led to their loss of direction. In the sixth sentence, we encounter a conditional type 2, which describe a hypothetical situation in the present. The error is the use of would know inside the if clause. The if clause is the type 2 must use the simple past tense. Therefore, the corrected sentence is, if Morgan knew the way, she would lead them to safety. Sentence number 7 is wrong in its use of must had. An absolute rule in English grammar is that all modals such as must, can, should must always be followed by the base form of the verb. So, no matter what the tense is, we must use have, not had. The correction is, Morgan must have known the secret, but she chose not to reveal it. The eighth sentence begins with the restrictive time expression only after. Just like not only, this phrase triggers the inversion rule in the main clause, not the time marker clause. So, the phrase they realized must be inverted to did they realize. The correct sentence, only after they had survived the storm did they realize their mistake. In the near sentence, the word insisted triggers the use of the subjunctive. In the subjunctive rule, the verb is the following that clause must revert to its most basic form. The base form of the to be verb is be. The correct sentence becomes Morgan insisted that Eliza be the one to lead the expedition. Finally, in the tenth sentence, we see the form Morgans decide. Just like the previous nominalization case, a possessive marker must be followed by a noun, not the verb decide. The noun form decide is decision. The correct sentence is Morgan's decision to join the crew was a surprise to everyone. So that concludes our analysis and correction for our 10 sentences today. From this grammar error hunt, we can see that understanding advanced grammar, such as when to invert the subject or use noun forms, is crucial for making our English more accurate and natural. Thank you for watching my explanation. See you next time and keep practicing your grammar.